The Bucks take on the Heat game 3, and that's going to be a 6:30 p.m. Eastern start time. The Bucks are down 2-0 in the series, but despite that, they're still the 5.5-point favorite with the total at 223 flat. The Heat are plus $1.80 for some money line cash, and if you like Miami to cover the 5.5, they're minus $1.10, getting the job done against the number. I'm 4-0 in my last 4 NBA tier package plays on patreon.com/Brock Page. The NBA tier is a specific membership that I offer on that site, as we are currently 9-1 in our last 10 picks in that particular tier membership as well. I'm also 5-0 in my last 5 extra daily pick tier package plays on that site as well, and that particular membership costs just $2.99. For more information on how you can access these exclusive premium sports picks, a link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/Brock Page. And despite being up 2-0 in the series, this underdog Miami team is still catching 5.5 points in this contest. They're coming fresh off a 2-point victory in Game 2 over the Bucks to make it 6 straight victories in the playoffs. Matter of fact, Miami's held their opponents to just 103 points per contest during their 6-game postseason winning streak. Miami ranks in the top 3 in the league in 3-point percentage, top 3 in defensive rebounding. Goran Dragic is averaging 24 points a game in the postseason, 5 rebounds, 5 assists a night for Dragic. Jimmy Butler is also scoring 22 a game in the playoffs, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. And Tyler Hero is scoring 16 a game from the bench, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Tyler. The Heat rank in the top 10 in fewest points allowed per game. They're also 7-2 against the spread in their last 9. Now keep an eye on Andre Iguodala and Kelly Olynyk, as both of them have been listed as questionable. But regardless of that, Miami is taking on a Milwaukee club who's lost 4 out of their last 8, and they've given up at least 115 points or more in each of this series' 2 games. The Bucks have failed to cover the point spread in 6 out of their last 10 head-to-head meetings with Miami. We're also looking at a Milwaukee Bucks team who ranks in the bottom 5 in the league in free throw percentage. They're also in the bottom 10 in defensive rebounding. The Bucks have lost 4 out of their last 5 head-to-head meetings with Miami. They also rank in the bottom half of the league in defending the 3-ball away from home. And yes, the Orlando bubble is away from their home court. Now, total-wise, 2 out of the Bucks' last 3 stayed under the posted total. 7 out of their last 10 head-to-head meetings with Miami also stayed under the line. Meanwhile, 5 out of the Heat's last 7 contests stayed under the number themselves. Give me the underdog Miami Heat plus 5.5 and the under 223 in that contest. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to go ahead and take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for Friday's NBA playoff basketball action. Happy Friday to you. The weekend is finally here. Now, before we go ahead and dive into some more free content right here on YouTube, I just want to quickly remind you once again that we are 4-0 in our last 4 NBA tier membership plays on patreon.com/Brock Page. 9-1 straight up in our last 10 plays in that very same package. We're also hitting at 5-0 in our last 5 extra daily pick tier membership plays on that site as well. And that particular membership costs just $2.99. Exceptional value for the extra daily pick. For more information on how you can join in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/Brock Page. Moving on, we're going to take a look at that game right there. I'm talking about the Rockets-Lakers Game 1, and that's going to be a 9 p.m. Eastern showdown. The Lakers are the 6-point favorite. Total's 224 flat. The Rockets are plus $2 for an outright win on the money line. And if you like the Rockets catching the 6, they're minus $1.18, getting the job done against the number. Now, we are looking at a Houston Rockets team who lost 3 out of their last 5 ball games, but did manage to squeak by an undersized OKC team by 2 points in Game 7 of their first round playoff series. Took them to 7 games. Houston averaged just 107 points per contest in their last 5 games as well. Houston's in the bottom 10 in the league in field goal percentage, bottom 3 in defensive rebounding as well. The Rockets have failed to cover the point spread in 5 out of their last 7 matchups when favored. And speaking of failing to cover, this Houston squad has failed to cover the point spread in nearly 60% of their games away from their home court. And yes, once again, the Orlando bubble is away from their home court. Meanwhile, the Lakers on the other side successfully executed the good old-fashioned gentleman's sweep of the Blazers in round 1. They averaged nearly 124 points per contest in those 4 victories in that series. The Lakers are winning nearly 74% of their games when favored this season, and they covered the point spread in 3 out of their last 4. They're in the top 10 in scoring, top 3 in field goal percentage, and despite Waiters and Rondo being questionable for tonight's game, Anthony Davis is averaging 30 points a game in the postseason, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks for AD. LeBron James is scoring 27 a game in the playoffs as well. 10 rebounds, 10 assists for King James. He is averaging a triple-double in the playoffs right now. Of course, cannot forget about Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who's averaging 11 a game along with a couple assists. The Lake Shows won nearly 77% of their games away from their home court this season. And yes, they are not playing at the Staples Center today. They are away from their home court. They are also in the top 10 in offensive rebounding, top 3 in defensive rebounding as well. They're giving up just 107 points per contest for the entire season. Now, total-wise, LA's last 2 contests both got over the number. 5 out of their last 8 also got over the line. Meanwhile, Houston saw 6 out of their last 10 head-to-head meetings with the Lakers get over the total themselves. So with all that said and done, give me the Lakers -6 in the over 224 in that contest. And with that said, we're going to do some shout-outs again today, and we're going to start with our Instagram platform. Shout out to Bookie Breaking Bets, Chirari 2019, Air Andy, Scarlett Kelly. Shout out to V. Rudy, Bubba Jonesy, Lindy Intel, Jay Flowerchild, S.E. Harrisal Forever, and Runaway Goals. Also want to give a shout out to Predictor App, Color MA, Size 10 Official, Casino 7CC, and Yamanari TV. And finally, from our YouTube platform, shout out to Kenneth Core Jr., Demetrius Milonis, 310 Raiders, Hatter's House 710, Domingo Alves, Joseph Amiga, Tim Trudeau, Green Bay Nation, Garaf Patel, James Woodruff, Phil Whitman, G. So. Shout out to What the Hallman, Charlotte P. And last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my man, Stefan Q. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you guys decide to get a package here today, just keep in mind we bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. And that's all laid out in the terms of conditions right before you click that pay button. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.